is the only fighter in CompuBox history to score.
Roy Jones Jr. is one of the most electrifying fighters to ever step inside the ring. Fast, flashy, and confident to the point of arrogance. His dominance from middleweight to heavyweight made him a living legend. But not everyone was a fan of his style or his swagger. Over the years, several top boxers, both his rivals and contemporaries, developed serious disdain for Jones, whether due to personal beefs, professional jealousy, or bad blood that never healed. Let's take a deep dive into the top 10 boxers who hated Roy Jones Jr. 1. Bernard Hopkins. One of Roy's fiercest rivals, Bernard the Executioner Hopkins, has carried his dislike for Jones for decades. Their rivalry began in 1993 when Jones outclassed Hopkins to win the IBF middleweight title. Hopkins believed Jones was arrogant and disrespectful, never offering him the rematch he felt he deserved. For years, Hopkins criticized Jones in interviews, calling him a manufactured fighter, and claiming that Jones avoided real challenges. When they finally met again in 2010, nearly 17 years after their first fight, the animosity was still there. Both men were well past their prime, but the trash talk leading up to the fight was venomous. Hopkins accused Jones of living in the past, while Jones mocked Bernard's slow, grinding style.
Common man. Special man.
2. James Tony James. Lights out. Tony's hatred for Roy Jones Jr. burned with real intensity. Their 1994 super middleweight showdown was billed as a battle between two of the most gifted fighters of their generation, and it turned personal quickly. Tony prided himself on being a slick defensive boxer, but Jones's speed and showboating infuriated him. Before the fight, Tony trash-talked Jones relentlessly, calling him chicken-hearted and claiming he'd never fought a real man. Jones fired back, mocking Tony's conditioning and attitude. When the two finally met, Jones dominated, knocking Tony down and handing him one of the worst beatings of his career.
James Holyfield was able to do something you seldom can do against Tony. Land a good right hand, but you see how well Tony slips these punches.
3. Antonio Tarver. If there's one fighter who visibly hated Roy Jones Jr., it was Antonio the Magic Man Tarver. Their feud began when Jones moved back down from heavyweight to light heavyweight, and Tarver, who had long felt overlooked, wanted his shot. Tarver accused Jones of dodging him and of being too arrogant to acknowledge other contenders. The tension boiled over before their first fight in 2003. During the face-off, Tarver glared into Jones's eyes and said coldly, "You got any excuses tonight, Roy?" That moment became iconic. Their rivalry was more than just two fighters competing. It was about pride, legacy, and respect. And for Tarver, that knockout made all his hatred worthwhile.
That's the big left hook by Tony, and the right hand, and the bell saves J-Rob as he wobbles. Here's the end of the...
4. Glenn Johnson, the Road Warrior. Johnson was another man who developed genuine animosity toward Roy Jones Jr. After Tarver's shocking knockout, Jones faced Johnson in 2004, hoping to bounce back. Instead, Johnson delivered a brutal 9th-round KO that sent Jones sprawling to the canvas. Johnson, known for his quiet determination, wasn't the type to engage in pre-fight trash talk, but his dislike for Jones stemmed from how Roy treated other fighters. He once said, "Roy didn't respect the sport. He acted like everyone else was beneath him." After the fight, Johnson showed little sympathy for the fallen Jones, saying, "I knocked him out because he never took me seriously." That's what arrogance gets you.
Big moments in this round. Very good straight running. And there's the double left hook. The two weapons that we said he had to use.
Montel Griffin. Montel Griffin's history with Roy Jones Jr. is complicated, but filled with animosity. Their first fight in 1997 ended in controversy when Jones was disqualified for hitting Griffin while he was down. Jones lost his WBC light heavyweight title that night, his first professional defeat. Griffin celebrated the win but soon became the target of Jones's wrath. Roy publicly humiliated him in interviews, calling him lucky and a fake champion. The rematch came quickly, and Jones annihilated Griffin in just one round, knocking him out cold. After that, Griffin's hatred for Jones was absolute. He accused Roy of disrespect, arrogance, and hypocrisy. "He talked like I didn't belong in the ring," Griffin once said. "That man's ego couldn't handle losing."
Glenn Johnson had big moments in this round. Very good straight running. And there's the double left hook. The two weapons that we...
6. Carl Froch, British boxer. Carl Froch was never one to hold his tongue, and his opinion of Roy Jones Jr. was brutally honest. Froch admired Jones's talent but despised his personality. He often called Jones an overrated show-off who relied on gifts, not discipline. In multiple interviews, Froch criticized Jones's flashy style, the no-look punches, the taunting, and the dancing in the ring. "That's not boxing," Froch said. "That's entertainment for himself. Real fighters stay humble."
In the second round and destroyed him like this.
See, there you go. Bang, there's the body shot, which had just stopped him.
7. Nigel Benn. The Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn, represented the kind of rugged, no-nonsense fighter who clashed philosophically with Roy Jones Jr.'s flamboyance. During the 1990s, fans dreamed of a Jones versus Benn super fight, but it never happened. Benn blamed Jones for ducking him, accusing him of cherry-picking weak opponents. Benn's dislike wasn't just professional. He saw Jones's attitude as an insult to boxing tradition. "He was all flash, no heart," Benn said in a later interview. "He looked great until someone hit him back."
Recuperative powers in the past, Dan. Was getting beat up badly by Thomas Hearns when he stopped him, but he really looked very...
8. Steve Collins, Irish legend. Steve Collins was another fighter who carried a grudge against Roy Jones Jr. Collins claimed that Jones avoided him during the peak of both their careers in the mid-1990s. He called Jones scared and protected by promoters. Collins, known for his iron chin and relentless style, chased Jones for years, trying to make the fight happen, but it never materialized. Collins accused Jones of chasing easy paydays instead of fighting true challengers. Their tension even boiled into public taunts. Collins once flew to the U.S. just to confront Jones's team, challenging him on live television. Jones brushed him off, calling him a nobody.
Right in the third round. Paul Thomas might be a busy man as well, the referee. He's firing back. Really setting.
9. Joe Calzaghe. Joe Calzaghe and Roy Jones Jr. did eventually meet in 2008, but by then, both men were nearing the end of their careers. Calzaghe's dislike for Jones went back much further. During the early 2000s, Calzaghe campaigned for years to fight Jones, but Jones's camp always dismissed the offer. Calzaghe took it personally. When the two finally fought, Calzaghe made it his mission to humiliate Jones, taunting him, dropping his hands, and outclassing him across 12 rounds. After the fight, Calzaghe admitted, "I wanted to punish him. He disrespected me for years."
A clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Remember, guys, I'm fair but I'm firm. Touch him up.
10. Tarver again. While Antonio Tarver already appeared earlier on this list, it's impossible not to mention how his rivalry with Roy Jones Jr. became the symbol of hatred in modern boxing. Tarver didn't just want to beat Jones, he wanted to embarrass him. Their trilogy defined both men's careers, with Tarver's knockout standing as one of the most shocking moments in boxing history. Even after retirement, Tarver continued to throw verbal jabs, saying Jones was never the same after meeting me. Jones, for his part, dismissed Tarver as lucky, keeping their feud alive long after the punches stopped. The bad blood never truly ended, and to this day, fans debate who got the better of whom.
Starting to risk it all, knowing that he's got a tired Roy Jones in front of him. He's going to give it a shot.
If you enjoyed this deep dive into boxing rivalries, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating stories about the legends who shaped the fight game.